I'm Tinny from minibulldesign, and today I'm out in the factory, and what I want to do today is I want to make a video to answer a person's question who emailed me today. And what they wanted to know was they've tried a bunch of different ways to do this and not had a lot of success. What they want to do is they want to set up an alcohol stove to bake with a 12 centimeter Imusa with a 10 centimeter inside. And they want to have it so they can set it up, light it, and just walk away, come back in between 20 and 30 minutes, I'd say 23 minutes to be exact, and have it done and not have to hang around and goof around with the stove all the time, continually muffing with it. So I want to know if I had a stove that would do that. So I dug out my opinion of the ideal stove to do that with. And that would be an original bongo, with no donut wick, just the original bongo. Now the donut wick is more heat than you need to bake. Just the center wick is just about right for baking. Now, you want the alcohol level in this bongo somewhere where this blue silicone is. And this is an SS remote, and the alcohol level in that comes almost exactly where you want it to if you keep both of them on the same level. If you lift this up higher, it'll flood the stove. If you put it down lower, it'll starve the stove. It's got to be on the same level, and that's probably the only trick to the whole thing, is making sure they're on the same level. If you have them on the same level, you flip this over and set it down. It's going to take a little while for the alcohol to wick up through this. So to speed it up, I take it and hold it up like this, and you'll hear it bloop, 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 and keep my finger on this till I feel it get wet. Once the bongo feels wet, put the remote back down at the same level, and you're basically ready to bake. All you have to do is light this stove, put your pot stand over it, put your pot and your inner pot on, hang around for about 30 seconds, make sure everything is correct, and if it is, you can pretty much walk away. I wouldn't recommend doing this on my countertop in the house. I'd recommend putting it out somewhere so if something did go wrong, it wouldn't be a problem. Out on a picnic table or on a flat rock or something. That's just common sense. It's probably not going to have a problem, but using Murphy's Law, you wouldn't do it anywhere that if it flooded or something sprung a leak, that you would have a big problem and burn something out or start a forest fire. That's just common sense. So I've got this bongo and I've got my SS remote on the same level. Now I've marked the fuel level of the fuel right here, and when it got done after 10 minutes, I'm not going to run this for a full 20 minutes. After 10 minutes I marked it again. I've already done this, so you can see the two marks. In 10 minutes it's used about 3/8 of an inch out of an 8-ounce bottle. So got it all set up. I've got the stopwatch here, and I've got the camera so you can see the stopwatch, the flame on the bongo, and the fuel being used out of the remote all in one spot. So let's look at that. Now I'm going to do this in high speed because obviously you don't want to sit here for 10 minutes and watch this. But I'll do it in high speed to 10 minutes, which is about half the time it takes to bake. And you can see how stable it is. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, you can see that the flame never varied at all, and it used about 3/8 of an inch. In a 23-minute burn, it would use about about 3/4 of an inch, probably around an ounce of alcohol thereabouts to bake one cake in 23 minutes. And that's the setup I use, and it's dead simple. With this remote, there is no adjustment. It keeps the alcohol right at that same level all the time. Nothing changes. There's no need to adjust the flow, because it only flows when the alcohol gets low, and it stops flowing when the alcohol gets back up to its normal level, you know, within 1/16 of an inch back and forth. So there is no regulation. It's always the same all the time. Very repeatable. Now, the one thing you do want to watch is that you don't get your hose, lay your hose over something or get a kink in it or something that's going to keep the hose up high like that, because it won't flow. The hose has to be below the fuel level in the remote. So you want to make sure the hose is laying flat or it won't flow. And that's pretty much everything there is to it. I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike, take a friend. Enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today and try to have a great day. And good luck baking. Bye-bye. Sue just came back from the mailbox, and Gary sent me a box. I have no idea what's in it. So, let's take a look. Try to open it with one hand while I hold the key. Ooh, knives. Cutlery knives, very sharp. The world's finest cutlery. Cutco. So he sent me 2 knives. Thanks, Gary. That's cool. Let's take one out of the package and take a look at it. Wow, that's a nice cutlery knife. I'm going to use that to cut my ribeye steak next time I save up enough money so I can have one. And this one is, I would guess, a real nice paring knife. At least that's what it's going to end up being used for. Nice. That will peel apples like crazy. Thanks, Gary.